Green, 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 green.
HELIO Castroneves is taking the lead.
Hey, we're going to have to do a drive-through when it goes green. You pass before the green.
Tony Kanaan's now in the front of the field.
Oh. Slicing and dicing.
Hold your breath.
There, great job.
Oh my goodness, one car airborne.
Did he take things to the house? Yes.
My name is Tony Kanaan, and this is my 20th year in IndyCar.
The twin checkers way. TK has won the 2013 500.
I'm HELIO Castroneves, and this is my 20th year racing in IndyCar Series.
Open the door to the three-time Winners Club. There's a brand new member, and his name is HELIO Castroneves.
You know, those two came over from Brazil and really with not a dollar in their pocket, and they had the determination to succeed.
Tony Kanaan has the 7-Eleven car back in victory lane.
For the 49th time, HELIO Castroneves will start from the pole.
You know, I didn't really understand, I think, Tony, until I became teammates with him. You know, you think he's this big, strong, macho, guy, but he's also, he's a very kind and loving person.
Tony Kanaan has won the championship.
I think if you're around HELIO long enough, he'll teach you how to laugh at yourself. He's a guy that's probably the ultimate teammate for anybody that's driven for us. And, his personality was infectious without a doubt.
HELIO is totally unchallenged. He has the checkered flag for the third time here at Belle Isle.
He brought us a solid foot to the team by the time we got in the lead. He brought a stability, a strength, a cadence to the team that we were missing.
To me, he's pretty special. He's produced victories, he's produced poles, and above all, he's made our team better.
Ryan Hunter-Reay that is going to lead HELIO Castroneves across the line.
Watching Tony and HELIO, you can tell they're almost like brothers. They've been together so long, they're like an old suit. They just fit together, then they start on each other, and then off it goes.
The first time you saw me, what did you think?
Well,
I never asked you that question.
That's actually a good point, because I remember when I walked into the Interlagos go-kart track, and I can see you with the helmet, similar colors that you have, not colors, but design that you have today. If you want to follow that kid, and which was you. I had no idea what I'm doing. In fact, I was so lost, but I was a shy kid. You remember how shy I am, man.
I remember it because you had that a motorcycle helmet. I remember watching you actually, and I'm like, wow, he's pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the time.
Still kind of like, I was going sideways.
That's what I'm saying, because you were hanging with that guy.
And then next year, 88, and obviously, unfortunately.
Yeah, that passed on April, and then it was a Friday. He was really adamant that I shouldn't quit racing, and you remember that. He told me to keep racing. I show up at the racetrack on Friday morning after he passed. And then at the time we raced together, actually, in the same category. And I won that race. And
that for me was impressed, because I was like, wow. And then after that, I remember saying, congrats.
Then we clicked.
He was the city boy. I'm the redneck, basically. And it was cool, because we start going to places that I
introduced him to society.
Basically.
We race together, we battle for wins. We have pictures that I'm leading, he's second, he's leading, I'm second, in go-karts. And that never really, it was very innocent at the time.
The foundation, basically, of our friendship, it was this competition, but it was healthy. If you wins, I remember I won my first race, you finished second.
Yep.
And
I was so happy.
It's not like, we didn't care much about the lap time.
Drivers not at all.
Welcome, race fans, for the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500.
I'm in the money.
I like that.
All right, brother. Good luck.
Thank you. Hino nacional ahí.
Ahí se empieza.
Ahí da. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank introdução e depois ele vai pro carro dele, ok? I'm gonna be sitting for 3.5 hours, so... Você viu, Micaela, que ela teve uma câmera aí, ó? Ô, meu! Aê, garoto! A Micaela acha que eu sou o melhor piloto porque meu carro brilha mais?
Posso alistar? Vai com Deus, vai com Deus.
Vai lá.
Be safe.
Be safe. I'll see you there.
And now, fans, let's meet the drivers for the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500. And here comes Spider-Man, three-time 500 champion from Brazil, HELIO Castroneves. Starting 7th, the winner from 2013 from Brazil, it's TK, Tony Kanaan.
Guys up front will have to make it. We'll put pressure on them, which is good, in fact.
Yeah. So we're on the, I was telling Roger, we're on the higher level of downforce now.
Back home again in Indiana.
Drivers, start your engines.
TK, this is Ganassi. You copy the radio? Yes, boss. Copy. All right, let's have a good day here. Let's do the obvious things right. We'll be fine. That's for Roger, Harry, are you calling the green? I'll do it. I can't hear you. 10-4. He'll go when he sees the car show for sure. 10-4, I'll call it. We don't want to jump it here. We got to be smart.
Eyes on the starter. We're green.
Green, 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 green.
We are waiting for the green flag to fly. They start to climb up through the gearbox, and it looks like Scott Dixon's going to grab the advantage into turn number 1.
They will do so. Scott Dixon in number 1 spot. Little Rowe and Carpenter. Then Rossi, 1, 2, 3 in turn 2.
You can't anticipate anybody's move. I just try to stay calm and concentrate enough to have a quick reflex if something happens in front of me. I was pretty aggressive on the start and just had to move to the front right away, and the car was pretty good.
19th position was my worst start at the Indy 500. It was very hard, working all the way to the front. We knew that we have to just focus on a very good balanced car. It showed that when we start racing, the car was really, really good.
HELIO Castroneves you ride along with now. He's coming up through the field. He said he wants to be back up at the front and in the lead by about lap 100. And he's got some great teachers in his camp to help with that, including Rick Mears, who used to be the master at making sure he had a great car ready for the end of the race.
Oh, here comes the fan favorite, though. Tony Kanaan right up on the rear wing of Scott Dixon. Down the back straightaway, Jake, we may have a battle for the lead.
Buddy, Tony Kanaan said now that he's a veteran, the butterflies may not be there as much at the beginning. But guess what? Tony Kanaan's now in the front of the field. TK takes the lead moving into turn number 3.
September 95, Philip Morris came and said, look, we're creating this Marlboro Brazilian team. We're going to have drivers in IndyCar, and we're going to choose 2 drivers in Indy Lights. Steve Horn picked me and Di Palma, which was an Argentinian guy, but Steve saw the potential on HELIO and says, no, we need to have him as well. And here we were. I think in a way, in a very twisted way, we were going against each other, we were going against the same dream, but we're also like really glad that we had each other there. I always knew that he was right there.
I was like, man, I guess.
So and it's funny because we get there, right? We flew. I had never had been to America in my entire life. I spoke 0 English. I had a piece of paper that Rubens Barrichello actually wrote to me a couple of keywords. What, you know, first of all, the technical
McDonald's.
side. No, the technical side. Understeer, oversteer. I'm hungry.
Burger,
McDonald's.
Big Mac.
Where's the bathroom? I love you. You want to hang?
Just in case you was lucky.
Okay. And we went for the same championship. When we sat down with Steve in 96, he says, you guys have 2 years. One is to learn, the next one is to win, and whoever wins the championship is going to make to IndyCar.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, I guess only one of us is going to go. Because I win, he finished 2nd. He led the entire championship at the time. And we got to the point that we always talked about. We were like, well, I won. Maybe I'm going to get the chance, and he won't.
And I ended up taking a Bettenhausen deal. And which was great. Now finally we were separated again.
Yeah, and then we finally both made it, right? But then still, the rivalry was there. Then we go, our debut in 1998, and here we go, we're going for the Rookie of the Year. Two guys racing for small teams. He is who he is today, and I am who I am, which I think it's remarkable that
the biggest teams.
I know, it is crazy, because I don't think if you had said you're gonna write the story about it, I said, yeah, that sounds pretty good of a story, but of a fiction movie.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be.
Not gonna believe it. Yeah, nobody's gonna believe that.
Oh my goodness! One car airborne! It's Scott Dixon! He makes contact with the 77 of Jay Howard, who got up and out of the groove. Dixon came down to the bottom of the racetrack to try to avoid Howard. When he made contact, that car went airborne.
Did he take Dixon out? Yes.
Red flag condition because of the amount of debris.
Massive, massive cleanup here in turn number 2.
So I stepped on the throttle because I knew things would have come up really fast. Well, I didn't expect it's going to be fast and flying. So when things start coming at me, and I was just trying to avoid as much as I could, and when I looked to the front, I was going straight to the fence, and all of a sudden, this huge bang, the car just jumped. And suddenly I end up in turn 2, and I'm like, whew, I made it. I can't believe it.
I knew with those speeds, it was not going to be a good one. I took a glimpse in my left mirror, and I saw actually Scott's car disappearing from my mirror, so I knew he went up in the air. Immediately, I came on the radio and asked how bad it was.
He's okay, TK. He's out of the car already.
Not only we damaged the underwing, but we also broke the front wing. We lost a piece on the winglet in the rear of the car. So there was some substantial change on the setup.
You want your wing out, or you okay? No wing. Take your time here. I'll tell you what's going on. Green, green. Easy, easy. Hey, we're going to have to do a drive-through when it goes green. You have to come right through the pits when it goes green.
When it rains, it pours for the captain, Roger Penske, and HELIO Castroneves. Just now, they were given a drive-through penalty because on the last restart, HELIO passed a couple cars before the green came out.
Roger was always cool. He always turned negative to a positive. He calmed not only myself, but everybody down.
We're going to come in when it goes green. I'll tell you, you're going to be at the end of the field anyhow, so we'll be fine.
He just brought us together, and we were able to succeed.
5, 4,
Tony Kanaan
3,
has lost
2,
a bit of ground.
1.
Watch the fueling. Took a little bit to get connected, but he rectified it. So Kanaan is in 7th place now.
Clear, clear.
This side, the strong run off the 4 by HELIO Castroneves to the inside of right, Hunter Ray at the start-finish line. He really stuck it down low, and listen to the crowd. HELIO is your leader.
You come here as a rookie. I know you. You had no expectations. You just wanted to be part of it.
Yep.
And you win in your first try.
HELIO Castroneves leads the final 51 laps and wins the 85th Indianapolis 500-mile race.
Did you realize how big that was at the time? Or
not much.
Apart from just like climbing the fence, like
no.
People were like, what the hell is he doing?
No, I was really happy. I was having a good time, just like winning a race. The moment that I realized the Indy 500, when I was actually at home 3 or 4 months later, and they're showing like the channel, one of those channels, I don't know, TV Land, I don't know. It was like nothing to do, and they're showing about Indy 500.
The history of it.
Wow, I won that race, and that was really cool.
I was watching when he won his first one, and because we're, the relationship, I'm like, that's so cool. I want to do that now. And I never had been to this place. I said, I'm never going to go if I'm not going to race. I'm never going to put my foot in that track. And that's what happened then a year later. I got the opportunity in 2002 because I was racing for Maurice Nunn, and driving during the month wasn't a big deal. Qualifying, I qualified 5th at the time. I was like, well, I was the fastest rookie. I'm like, well, car was good. Race day was when I walked through Gasoline Alley, I had to run to the green room and go to the bathroom because it was like...
It's impressive. It's when
and then on the start of the race, the track was so much narrower. That's when I realized, but it was too late. I had to go.
So when you saw me winning so many times and you're like, maybe I'm not gonna win. Finally, when you won your 2013, what went through your head when getting close to that?
I think,
before you win, you know?
Yeah, I think in a way, like with all these years, when you won, I kind of knew how close I was to you as far as the driving and how good I was. If I said, oh, the guy, I knew in a way I was as good as you. So I'm like, okay, if he did, I can do it because everything we did.
Right.
So for me, it was a relief. You know, it was like, okay, now it was my dream. It was the dream that we had as kids. It was a dream that I had with my dad.
Yeah.
If you see the way I celebrated, I was actually pointing up, telling Dad, hey, we finally did it. I had the time because the race finished under yellow. I had the time to cry like you did, but inside my helmet, so it looked like I didn't cry when I got out of the car.
So maybe Tony's not even celebrating. Not emotional.
We cry a lot, definitely. Helio, obviously, he won a few more races than I did, so he's seen crying on TV a lot more than I did. But
we all cry.
But we all do. We're all Brazilians. We're all very emotional. But yeah, it was just special, you know.
That's cool, man.
Then I finally could relate it to your stories.
Yeah, I was happy for you, man. I was like, man.
I remember that, you know, you got out of the car and you came talk to me. And
I gotta talk to this guy.
we didn't cry then.
No,
because it was such a.
Yeah, I guess adrenaline is there. You're like, man, everything is happening. So.
And your hair was too immaculate when it came.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
It's the battle for 7th. Alonso runs right now in 9th. Kanaan trying to close on Castroneves.
And again, those guys are 8th and 9th. And again, no ground gain as Chilton flies by.
The driver of number 3 trying to get his 4th Indianapolis 500. It leaves him in the catbird seat if there's no yellow. If it stays green, he is the virtual leader of the group of people who stopped on 139. And a day when he went underneath a car flying through the air, he's got a shot at winning this one.
Roger said, okay, now I'll stay behind because it's still kind of like could be a green flag all the way and would be probably a lap short. He wanted me to just be a little more cautious and save a little bit of a fuel. So I just hang in there and then wait until they let me go.
29 laps to go. There's Castroneves. Oh. Slicing and dicing.
Man, all that courtesy passing is out of the window right now.
Turning point. I hit a debris with my underwing and then put a big hole in it. And then after lap 160, I had nothing for those guys because my car lost a lot of speed.
Here's Helio.
He is going to try to go to the outside of the 19 for second place. Now we go 3 wide with Takuma Sato getting into the mix. Hold your breath. Takuma made the move.
Keep making the fuel. They can't do it. Got to keep making the fuel. Good job. Still making fuel, Bob. Okay, 4-4. Yellow.
Yellow flag, car in trouble.
Alonso's Alonso's engine is broken.
It's gassed to the end. I think it's full rich. Let's go. And it's going to be full out. Get it on race. Until the champion.
Sato, Jones, Castroneves, green flag, 11 laps to go.
And Helio Castroneves works his way around Al Jones. Castroneves, the 3rd leader's at 4.
Give Max Chilton a lot of credit because under the most pressurous situation that he's ever felt, he hasn't cracked. Here comes Helio, though.
I knew that turn 3 would be one of the places that has a little more banking, and if I were to take a chance, it would be that one. So we're kind of like in the middle of turn 3, and we really swing wide. And I was like, I better make it.
Chilton with Castroneves to the outside. Helio Castroneves is taking the lead in the Indy 500.
Castroneves made the pass. Fans on their feet for the 3-time winner, Helio Castroneves.
But you know, for my surprise, a lap later, Taco was already making a move and passed me.
Now in the back, it's Sato trying to make the pass.
Sato goes side by side with Castroneves to the high side of the start-finish line.
I had one more opportunity to go for it, and it was a little too late, and I knew that would be hard for the car to stick. It takes me about 3.5 laps to get back to the groove again. Unfortunately, it was a little too late, but it was a good battle.
HELIO Castroneves pedaling for all it's worth. Twin checkers out. History will be made as Takuma Sato goes to victory lane. He wins the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
Your best ever, bud. Your best ever. Great job, HELIO.
We knew going to this race it would be extremely tough. We made an incredible run. This was my third runner-up in the Indy 500, and both hurt the same way because you're right there. You're just so close.
Where did I finish? P5. Sorry, boys. I gave it all I had, man.
At the end of the day, I always had the track picks the winner, and I think the track did it again. So top 5 was a strong finish for us in the championship. After we win that race, any position you finish is not good enough, but that's all we had for that day.
I had a phenomenal team, a phenomenal car. I can't wait to go back, conquer that dream that I'm looking for to win the number 4.
Going back a bit, I mean, seeing him winning 3 and me having all these misfortunes and the battles, you know, for 12 years to win it, I was actually fine to a point that I was like, I guess I'm not gonna win it. And I remember we were talking because he's never won a championship. He's like, man, I came close so many times. And I'm like, oh, I know the feeling, man. You want to trade, you know? But I don't have 2 championships to trade, so I might not, you know? But it's funny because now we can both say, obviously, I can assure you that in this lifetime, I don't think I will win as much as he did this place because I don't think I have that many years left to win it. But it's a good story. We can say at least we did it once. And I hope he can get a championship. With all my heart, I hope he can get a championship.
It's a good storybook. Hopefully, whoever decided to write that.
Well, I think we should. Nobody's going to tell the story better than us.